Hello, I am the many-talented Mr. Jefferson, and today I would like to answer one of the questions I get asked most frequently. What are some of your many talents? Today I would like to discuss a couple of those talents. As some of you are aware, I used to manage a video game store called Rhino Video Games, and I was so good at my job, they had me train new employees, new managers, and open new stores so I could be their front man, introducing the company to a new community and starting off on the right foot. I wasn't just a good manager, simply put, I am the greatest video game salesman to have ever lived. That is not a brag or a boast, it is just simple fact, because the other talent I'm going to discuss is that I am good at games. I am not the greatest at games, but the fact remains that I have been playing video games for roughly 40 years. Games of all types. I have a vast knowledge of video games across platforms dating back to the Texas Instruments 99/4A, the ColecoVision, and the much better known Atari 2600, and I have just never stopped playing video games since. Between my love of video games and my love of trivia, the company I worked for had to make special rules so I wouldn't win all of the prizes during our fourth quarter trivia contest. I was only allowed to raise my hand if nobody else could answer the question, which my district manager forgot when he asked the final question, the most difficult question he could think of. What was the first arcade game to combine a video game with pinball? After asking his question, he scanned the room to a sea of blank faces, all but one person who was sitting there with a giant smug grin on his face. And that person was me. I had not raised my hands as per the rules applied to me and only to me, and he had mistaken that as a sign of resignation. He said, "Look, even Jefferson doesn't know." To which I responded, "Oh, am I allowed to answer now? It's Baby Pac-Man." The man who had been so prideful just a moment before became speechless, only able to repeat the words Baby Pac-Man over and over again into the microphone, as he could not conceive that I had spent countless hours playing that exact game in a roller skating rink in Fort Lauderdale, Florida every single Friday as a child. It was this lifetime of gaming experience, coupled with management experience I had gained working at the busiest mobile gas station in South Florida, that had forged me into the single greatest video game salesman to have ever lived. I do not expect anybody to take my word on this, and I haven't had any games to sell for almost 20 years. I play and review games on my channel, but I don't sell them. That is, except for one game. I have taken it upon myself to sell the unsellable, to promote the most irredeemably bad game I have ever played, a game that appears to have made every wrong decision, a game that is barely playable, extraordinarily frustrating, and has one of the worst stories I have ever heard. And that's when the game has any sound at all, which it doesn't the first time you play it, which is intentional. Because, as I just stated, they made every wrong decision possible. I have taken on this challenge to prove once and for all that I am the greatest video game salesman of all time. And the game I have chosen as that most unsellable of games is Metacritic's worst game of 2018, the Square Enix game known as The Quiet Man. As the legend goes, about 2 years ago, one of my viewers, Queen Zelda, sent me a game to play on her birthday. Immediately upon hearing the name of the game, a sense of dread washed over me, but I didn't know why. I started some research and suddenly I was reminded that I had heard of this game before, from both Jim Sterling and Angry Joe, both of who called it so bad it's not even so bad it's good. Armed with this knowledge, I prepared myself mentally for what was to come. After all, it couldn't really be that bad. I was wrong. The Quiet Man is a beat-em-up made by Square Enix, and I have played Squaresoft's The Bouncer, and I am one of the few people who actually seem to enjoy it. And since I've been playing beat-em-ups since the days of Double Dragon and Bad Dudes, I figured I could pretty much manage anything this game was going to throw at me. At some point during the stream, I hit my breaking point and full on rage quit. And after the stream, I went outside and I sat in a pool filled with ice cold water just so I could feel something, anything at all. Because the Quiet Man is some kind of a sadistic torture device, and it had destroyed me both mentally and physically. This isn't hyperbole either. The Quiet Man makes everyone feel really bad for about 2 days after playing it, and I believe it's a combination of randomly flashing lights, muffled sounds, terrible controls, and the complete disorientation of the characters teleporting around the stage during fights that produces this weird mental state that every single player seems to experience. After my rage quit, my mind wouldn't stop going back to the game. I was hyperfixated, and I could barely sleep until my brain was able to work something out. I had accidentally performed a move that basically froze time, and if I could just figure that move out, I knew I could beat the game. And once I had finally noted that, I was finally able to drift off to sleep. The next day, I reinstalled the game, because like every person who has ever played this game, I uninstalled it immediately after quitting. I fired up the stream and I worked out the I win maneuver and finished the game, and then I went back and I finished the game in a single sitting, which sounds like madness, but there was a purpose to my insanity. I needed a complete run so I could submit it to speedrun.com, so I could become the world's greatest Quiet Man speedrunner. By default. You see, The Quiet Man is such a fundamentally terrible game that literally didn't exist as a speedrun category for the first 2 years of its existence. I noticed this when I was doing my initial research, and I realized that if I could just beat the game, I could go on to create the speedrun, and I would be first place. One of one runners. And after finishing the prerequisite paperwork and waiting patiently for the time lockout to pass, I had finally done it. The Quiet Man was a speedrun, and I was its champion. Step 1 was now complete. If I was going to sell this game, people would need a reason to buy it, and the speedrun gave players a reason to play and beat the game. This is not a so bad it's good game. There is nothing remotely redeemable about the game itself. It's about 30 minutes of gameplay wrapped around about 2 hours of cutscenes, with a story that is worse than any of the CW Arrowverse shows. With Step 1 completed, I would have to sit back and let Step 2 take its course. Some of my community members saw me play the game, and with the game only being $3 at the time, were all too happy to gift the game around on Steam. Some of these community members said it can't be that bad, accepted the game, and decided to take a crack at it themselves. Some didn't finish. Some who finished refused to submit the recording for a speedrun, because they didn't want to be associated with this game at all. And some of my community grit their teeth and gave it hell and became champions. And any of those champions who dared to beat my record were swiftly rebuked as I retook my first place time and time again. Phase 2 was complete. The run existed, and now it was being populated with new entries. With the trap set, all I needed was more time. Time for people outside of the Rhino video games community to start noticing the speedrun. And after a little while, I got my wish. Real, actual speedrunners started submitting times. The first one was Dark Souls 3 speedrunner Yorcia. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, but she'd made me watch The Quiet Man, so I'm not going to apologize. She stated, "I speedrun Dark Souls 3, and this was more painful to go through." She played the game twice without sound, once off stream because she had no idea how bad the game actually was, and then she played it again without sound for her community because they just could not believe the game was as bad as she described it. The second actual speedrunner to take on The Quiet Man is unusual in that she seems to specialize in terrible games. She holds first place on the Super Nintendo game Captain Novelin which is a game about a diabetic superhero who needs to take his injections while avoiding sugary snacks, which is a game I was well aware of because it's about as notorious as Rex Ronan Experimental Surgeon, which is just another god-awful Super Nintendo game. Step 3 was now well underway. The speedrun had been noticed, and it was spreading. That second actual speedrunner is Asuka424, and she has played Captain Novelin at Games Done Quick, which is one of the major speedrunning events that happens every single year. This year, Asuka424 decided to submit The Quiet Man to GDQ, and it was accepted. 2 years ago, I created a speedrun for a completely irredeemable game and wrote a guide with as much snark as I could muster, and it was that guide that convinced Asuka424 this was a game she needed to speedrun. And now, she is going to present this travesty of a game to an unsuspecting live audience for the very first time ever, at one of the biggest speedrunning events of the year. This, my friends, is the final phase. This is the grand accumulation of my great plan. On July 11th, 2022, Asuka424 will play The Quiet Man at a GDQ event, exposing the game to a worldwide audience. An audience who will see the game on sale one day for $3, and they will say to themselves, it can't actually be that bad, and then they will buy it. Then they will notice there's a speedrun, and that speedrun has tons of time save, and they will think, I can beat that, which will give them a reason to finish the game. And when they have finished the game once, they will want to play it with audio, because the audio for the game does not unlock until the second playthrough, because this game is mind-bogglingly bad. No matter how many times I say this is a terrible game, you're going to say, it can't really be that bad. And then you're going to spend $3 and you will experience the worst game of 2018, and all because I decided sadistically 2 years ago to create a speedrun, which gives people a reason to play this game. I will not lie to you. I will not tell you this is a good game. I will tell you not to play The Quiet Man. I will tell you it's terrible and you're going to buy and play it anyway. And that is what makes me the greatest video game salesman of all time. Because I just convinced you to play the worst game of 2018 without misleading you in the slightest. Because, after all, it can't really be that bad. I would like to thank the legend herself, Queen Zelda, for starting me on this strange and terrible journey with her donation of the worst game of 2018. I would also like to thank my supporters and my sponsors that allow me to do this, and most of all, I would like to thank those poor bastards that have played this game from start to finish. I am the many-talented Mr. Jefferson, and I am also the best Quiet Man speedrunner in the world. Care to challenge me? You're going to have to buy the game. Start. We're doing it again, folks.
So, this is kind of like the start menu. And this is the explanations for everything.
And this is the...
I definitely hear an echo on somebody. That's alright. Alright. So, yeah. It tells you everything, right? You have to play through the game the first time without hearing a goddamn thing. Other than, like, muffled noises and your heartbeat. To unlock the audio.
No, I refuse. No, you guys are gonna experience it the way I did, without subtitles. No, I refuse. Nope. I did not have subtitles before. No.
Okay. Okay, it's because these menus are fucking indecipherable, man.
So I don't know what any of these do, to be honest with you. We've been checking it out before. I have no idea. I don't know. So I'm not gonna touch anything. Okay, I'm just gonna roll with it, and you guys just experience it, you know, for what it is. Just have fun. And as for me, I'm gonna go night night. So we got this medium, not medium, normal, and then credits, right? Oh, I see. I see. All right, let's go then, I guess, chat. Start the timer? No. There's no timer, man. It's just gonna have to YOLO it.
Yes, alright, I got
Aura.
into promotions. I'm so proud of myself.
Alright.
Yo, what's up,
Take a
Raven?
look at these options.
Right,
Because I really
this is-
want to.
this is all I have. Like, what am I meant to go from here? If I press play, it just starts a game, and I don't want that. I want to fucking get audio.
Hello.
Give it a second.
Oh, yo, what's up, Prebo?
All right, now I've caught up with you, so we've got a couple second delay still. All right, so there we go. Fuck me, I don't remember. That's the hard options. There's a subtitles options above. I have no idea what option turns this. Oh, there's a sound option up top, but is that just lowering or? Okay, so that's cats. That's subtitles. Or is that talking? That could be talking.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure
See,
about anything when
I've
it
got
comes
this
to this
section.
game.
I've got this section.
'Cause I think Devin accidentally set it to hard the first time.
I've got this wee section here. Do I just play it like this?
All right. Oh. Yes, I think that might be it.
Okay. Well, let's see where is how long I've been streaming for, just so I have a timer to start it on.
And here's the deal.
What's up?
The audio cuts out after the hot dog.
Yeah,
So-
if you hit the one
Where
with
the fuck
the
this-
blue microphone, that
Zara.
is where.
She does that.
I got shot myself.
Oh shit, dude. Nobody cared who I was until I put on them. I'm literally just like looking at my phone at this point. This game is fucking dog shit. Like, there's no sound, but I don't care.
Oh, but before it starts, guys, I want all of you to, some of you that are here, right? I want you guys to get a notepad, and I want you to take notes on what you think is happening throughout the game. At the end of this game, I want you guys to tell me what you think happened. Okay, I need this. Please, take notepads and just make sense of the story as a whole, please. Thank you very much.
So I'm already getting like some really red flags right now.
What do you mean this is the best game ever made?
Go on.
I'm looking at
Narrate.
IRL fucking cutscenes, and these make me very uncomfortable.
Oh, don't worry. There's an excellent transition. You won't even notice to the in-game graphic.
I'm gonna start crying. Insane in-game transition.
Knock, knock. It's the fuzz!
I'm glad to see there is some fucking law enforcement.
It's all the same person.
I was gonna ask why are you playing this game because I forgot Prebuilt paid you to do it. Yeah, he paid me $125 worth of subs, which on Twitch actually only equals out to like $75. But still, I'll honor it.
Hi, Ara.
Yeah, hello, Ara.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
I don't know why I'm part of it, but I'm here.
You were helping me set up. That's why. So you're probably the person that's played this game the most, right? Nope. Jefferson's definitely played it more than me. Jefferson has definitely played it more than me.
Now it should make sense. In theory. $2.15, May, easily beatable. If I don't mess up, which is usually where it comes in, where the controls are so scuffed, they really are. So it's a matter of them registering what the hell I'm trying to input, or not. So we'll see. Regardless of me even submitting that run though, I just want to do it just to see if it makes more sense. Like, it was the way it was meant to be played later, so I just want to see if it makes more sense. No, I'm not even touching no hit, Dan. God, no. In this game, there's a reason why nobody submitted anything for no hit. I'm telling you right now. We are hitless, not for long, Cheesecake, I promise you. Not for long. There might be a chance that if I submit for hitless, the moderators are probably not even gonna care about screening it, so they're gonna see a few of the first hits just not being there, and they're gonna be like, sure, auto-approved. Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it. That's not talking shit, Cheesecake. Have you read any of their of their rules? That was literally typed by them.
The game rules don't really have anything. Bless Silence, which is the second playthrough. There is no difference in difficulty between the new game plus with audio and the original game without audio, excepting that you have to have suffered through the game at least once for the audio to become enabled. Remumbled, which is the third playthrough. Remumbled is the game with audio, which is only enabled on New Game Plus on normal, which shows you've suffered through this game a minimum of 2 times, you sweet summer child. And then No Hit, which is actually a trophy in this game. Finish the game without getting hit in normal. There is an achievement for it, and 1% of masochists have actually achieved this feat according to Steam achievements for quite possibly the worst game of 2018.
What the fuck was that?
Done? Done. Next. Shit. I feel like it didn't load the room. I'm outside. I have no clue what's going on, man. Can't see shit.
Oh, they got rid of my favorite part. So, the Quiet Man normal 90%. The Quiet Man with or without audio and normal with exploits. If someone can figure out how to skip most of this game, they will be my hero.
The speedrunning category for the Quiet Man on hard, remumbled, which is with the audio enabled, is completely empty. So I'm going to, just by default, as long as the stream doesn't crash, by default after this stream, I will have another title. Be the another. Come on down to the butter bar. Come on down. Come on down to the butter bar. So as I was saying, I'm gonna be by default the hard mode remumbled speedrunning champ of the Quiet Man if I can beat this as long as the stream doesn't crash on me. No, Jefferson, I'm not lying. Welcome to the stream, by the way.
What's that?
Is there a health meter?
Because
I would say...
Alright. Oh, no, I think I just lost now. Yeah.
Rip.
Rip run.
So when you die, does your mother actually talk to you?
No.
Of course. Great. It's my sleep paralysis demon.
As Kinslayer said, we this game got a 1.8 on Metacritic. Enjoy that.
I'm shocked at that number.
That it actually got a number?
I want to know who the idiots were who gave it higher than a 1.
Right?
That one must have come from somewhere.
Not from me. Also, mysterious guy.
I mean, you Kind of make it.
Discount Bruce Willis. Right there. Because I couldn't really think of any other person to call him. Fucking Oscar work right there.
Yeah, I feel something for this actor.
Constipation.
If he had been born, if he had looked like this in the '90s, he would have gotten at least 2 feature films.
He's
But
trying to force one through right now. He's doing his best.
he's doing his best to make it 1993.
Squeenix, y'all. They can make fantastic games like World Ends With You. And then they can make trash like those.
Look at Twitter. Let's read some tweets.
The Quiet Man was a speedrun, and I was its champion.
Squeenix, y'all. They can make fantastic games like World Ends With You. And then they can make trash like those.